MrBoo.
Hey everybody, it is I, MrBoo, your entertainment guru. MrBoo Entertainment Guru here on YouTube. You know who I am, you know who I be, and if you are a gamer, then you know you've got to see what went down yesterday with Microsoft's State of Play 2024. Now, I have been busy working. That is why I've dropped so many shorts. So I'm going to do the little throw something up here with the like, subscribe. Y'all know what goes down on YouTube. You know how it is. And then we're going to bust right into this because I have 8 games that I am so excited for. And I just kind of want to touch base on them. All their trailers. I would love to share them with you, but due to copyright, they are on YouTube. They are on the Microsoft Store. They are out there for your enjoyment and your pleasure and your viewing entertainment. There's also a full list of games as I'm going over the top 8, and then I'll just mention some brief things that were talked about as well. I was at work. I missed everything. Last night I got to come home and watch a few trailers, watched, a couple on my lunch break. But that's why I've only been putting up shorts. But let's get into this video because I'm actually off today and I want to get back into the meat and potatoes of what I do, which is entertaining you about the entertainment industry. Entertainment guru, let's roll. And as I say let's roll, obviously y'all know another year has went by since Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 has come out. So what is next? What's next? Of course, October 25th, always in October and November, people, we know Call of Duty is going to be back around. It's just gonna happen. It always does. And they actually announced and showed some more stuff at State of Play yesterday revolving around this Black Ops 6. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is confirmed. Obviously, there were some things dropped already, but there was some more footage and stuff shown at yesterday's event. And we now have the release date, October 25th, and we now know that it is coming day one on Xbox, Microsoft's Game Pass, which is wonderful. It's brilliant. I think it's great. I'm more of caught up in X Defiant right now. I'm going to go back and play some Battlefield. I fell out of Call of Duty. I'm not judging anyone. I just fell out of it. I thought it was toxic. I thought it was too... there was just a lot of bad gameplay mechanics, a lot of bad matchmaking systems, and a lot of players that always went in thinking they were going to win a trophy. And so I fell out of the multiplayer, but I love their stories. And if it's on Game Pass, I'm going to play the story. Maybe I'll go back and actually play all the Call of Duty stories, Modern Warfare, all that, Black Ops. Hey, October 25th, if you are a Call of Duty Black Ops fan, you got Game Pass, bam, you got it. And they announced it's coming to PlayStation as well. So nothing's changed there. Activision and whatever other people are working on this Call of Duty, it's coming to PlayStation 5 and Xbox. But if you have Xbox, you get it for free day one on Game Pass as long as you have your Game Pass or Game Pass Ultimate subscription. So October 25th. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, well, that's right. What I was going to say was paused and redacted because it's Black Ops official information. Sorry. So I got to move on before, they're watching. Sorry. I won't tell anyone anything you don't want me to know about Black Ops. Secretive government stuff. Okay, moving on. We're going from modern day Black Ops weaponry and intel and all that stuff with CIA and government and army and whatnot back to the dark ages with Doomslayer. That is right. If you know Doomslayer, you know he is from, of course, Doom. He is the Slayer guy from Doom, the main character. And I know we have to wait all the way to 2025, but I'm on a roll with this Game Pass thing because when Doom comes out in 2025, Doom, the Dark Ages, as I said, we were going from the present or whenever it is, Cold War, whatever. I didn't really watch that one. Like I said, I fell out of Call of Duty, but we're going more from a modern day aspect back to the Dark Ages. Doomslayer will be day one on Game Pass, but we have to wait till sometime in 2025. So we're going to get to see, I think the trailer says something about the age the beginning of Doomslayer's rage toward the demons. So it's going to be kind of like a weird prequel, maybe, showing how maybe old Doomslayer really is and how long he's been alive to fight the demons of hell. I don't know, but I'm excited because Game Pass Day 1 means that I can actually jump on, play it, because I love Doom, but I've only ever... And speaking of scary and spooky, did you see that? Did you see what my dang black magic woman and cat did? She did the Halloween spooky. So see, yeah, Doomslayer. Everyone's excited, including my cat. 2025, Game Pass, Day 1. And like I was saying before I got surprisingly spooked out there, literally, I love these games. I do. I've played Doom so much, but they're really hard. And I don't really go back and play them. There's not a lot of replay value for me. But if it's Day 1 on Game Pass, I think that's a great thing. Obviously, October 25th of this year, Black Ops Game Pass, Day 1. 2025, Doom, The Dark Ages, Day 1 on Game Pass. I'm all for Game Pass. I love me some Game Pass. So those are two big, huge announcements. Let's get on to a third, okay, shall we? No more spooky cats. Okay. The other one that I was excited for was, I'm a big Dragon Age fan. I love Dragon Age, and it has been, as the new people of the world, as the new generation say, it has been a minute. It has been years. It has been forever since we have had a Dragon Age. And we got to see like a showcase of like some of the characters that, you know, how they help you out. You can recruit people, hire people, love people, or even hate people. Dragon Age is all about decisions. And I'm sure there'll be plenty to be made in Dragon Age Veilguard. And I got news for you. You know how we're waiting on Doom 2025? Now, there's no actual release date, but they gave us a year. And it is this year, everybody. Dragon Age Veilguard 2024. Microsoft, Xbox, it's coming. It is coming, y'all. Dragon Age Veilguard. Sometime 2024. Sometime this year. Cannot wait to jump back into that. It's going to be graphically insane. It's going to be really fun to play. It's going to have a good story. They always do. I know Dragon Age 2 is a little blah, but the other ones were really, really good, or at least at most fairly decent and just still enjoyable. And I love the Dragon Age series for my own personal reasons. And if you haven't tried them, hey, go back and try them. I'm sure they're either on Game Pass or they're backwards compatible or something like that. And get into the series, because Veilguard is coming. What are you waiting for? 2024, this year, sometime this year. They didn't say when, but they said 2024. So Dragon Age Veilguard, it's another one I'm excited for. Like I said, all these trailers, I'd love to share them. I'd love to show you my reactions. I'd love to watch them with you for the first time, but just copyright scares the living, ever-loving hell out of me. So we're going to move on now from Dragon Age Veilguard sometime this year to another game that has no release date that I'm excited for. We had heard back a while ago about Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark has been a staple. I think I had a Perfect Dark game for Nintendo 64. I think I've had it one for like PlayStation 2 or just one of the systems. I've played at least 2 or 3 of these games, and they're kind of like a Mission Impossible kind of game, kind of like a Spy Hard kind of game, where you are a lady, you know, it's kind of like Splinter Cell, I guess, but you're a woman. I can't remember the protagonist's name. It's been more than a minute for Perfect Dark. It has been forever for Perfect Dark. They announced it, and we finally got to see some gameplay footage of it, or anyway, we got to see some footage for it. We didn't get a release date. Like, I'm a little bit like, some of these games we've been waiting for forever, and you just gave us a itty-bitty little snippet of what's to come, and not even a release date. But anyway, Perfect Dark is on its way to Xbox, Microsoft State of Play. It was finally shown, finally talked about a little more. It's coming. When? I don't know, because we got COD. We got COD Black Ops, October 25th, Day 1 Game Pass. We got Doom, rolling in the Dark Ages sometime in 2025, day one Game Pass, and we got sometime this year Dragon Age Veilguard, but Perfect Dark? Nah, bro. They didn't tell us nothing about Perfect Dark, but it is coming. And that brings me to something else that is coming on October 8th. It is not a game, but it is an anticipated expansion. I have dropped out of playing Diablo 4, and I know my wife wants to smack me every time because all she wants to play is Diablo. All she wants to play is, as she puts it, Obelisk. And I just couldn't deal with the seasons and the cash grabs and the laziness behind some of the seasonal stories and content. And I've been like, man, just let's wait for an expansion. The game was really short. We blew through it. Lilith went, smacked her down, left her for dead, and we moved on. And it happened so quick that Diablo 4, in my mind, was kind of a disappointment for me. And I loved the Druid. I loved the graphics. I loved the story. I just thought it was like, why was it like this when it could have been like this? Like, don't say in a world where games take, I don't know, a year to freaking beat when you're working full time and there's expansion after expansion after expansion, and the original game has so many side quests that you could be playing it all the way until 2028 and you bought it in 2020? Come on, Diablo. Like, you let me down. But the expansion, the trailer, the snippet they gave, I think, is the opening of the expansion. It looks really great. It looks really good. No spoilers. If you know how it ended, you know where this expansion picks off with the lady and the thing and her mother and Mephisto. And we are going to have to take down yet another. The Mother of Demons is gone. Like I said, SmackDown, Left 4 Dead. Now Mephisto's back and he's like, hey, what you did to Lilith, man, wasn't cool. And we got a new class coming, which is kind of like an animal in the jungle class. We can actually hire mercenaries to help us. It's a whole thing. Check that video out. It is on YouTube. Blizzard, bro, people, ladies, gentlemen, whatever you identify as you work on Diablo, where y'all been at? And why do I still have to wait till October 8th? Anyway, the first expansion for Diablo 4 is called Vessel of Hatred, and it's about the vessel, the gem thing, and the woman who, no spoilers, but if you beat the game, you know where this is going to pick up on October 8th. It looks great. It looks fantastic. It looks creepy. Graphically speaking, the cinematics are going to be great. I just hope it's at least close to the length of the game, because to me, the game was the length of an expansion. Please, Blizzard, get your stuff together. Stop with the cash grabs. I mean, seriously, this thing is like expensive as well, and they want you to pre-order it to get your little pets, because yes, pets are coming back. October 8th, Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred. I'm down. I'm ready to get back in it and ride. In fact, I re-downloaded Diablo 4, and me and my sweetheart are going to go in there and we're going to smack those demons down one more again. And that brings me to, yet again, a game that has a release year but not a release date. And it's another one that has been years in the making, and they have dropped the name Fable so many times in so many different ways over the last years that it kind of makes me say, I want Fable. And guess what? We're getting it. We're getting Fable. We're getting another Fable. But it's that same situation as Doom: The Middle Ages. It's not 2024, and there is no actual release date. But we got a year. 2025. I guess it's better than what Grand Theft Auto did to us, where it's like, here's this footage, and here's what it's going to be, and it's going to be Florida, and there's the Florida man guy who's suing, and there's a woman bouncing her butt on the car, and here's your two protagonists, and here's all the cool stuff, and graphically speaking, and it's like 2 years away, people. Sorry. Don't know why we dropped that trailer so early, but we did. It's kind of what I feel with Fable and Doom, but Fable, we get another Fable coming. It looks good, graphically speaking. Obviously, the stories are always good. Gameplay is always good. I loved the Fable series. If you're putting the aging in there again, I'd like that to kind of slow down. But hey, we will see more on Fable as the year progresses and 2025 approaches and we get a date. But I'm excited because they showed... Sorry, hiccups. They showed Fable. So let's run down my first page of notes here. Black Ops, Call of Duty Black Ops. October 25th. This year, day one Game Pass. Doom, The Dark Ages, Doomslayer's back on day one Game Pass sometime in 2025. The near future. Dragon Age Veilguard is here in the more near future. Sometime 2024. We don't really know. It's just 2024 release date. Perfect Dark, we finally get something about it, and there's not even a year, there's nothing, no release date, nothing. Diablo 4, Vessel of Hatred, Blizzard, finally, we get an expansion, we get some more story content. Thank you. October 8th, still too long to wait, but I'll wait, and I'll play it, and I'll enjoy it, and I hope it's good. Hope it's at least somewhat long. Come on, Diablo 4, resurrect yourself. Fable's back. Fable's back sometime in 2025. And that brings me to the last two games on my list of 8 games that I have picked that I'm excited for out of this Microsoft State of Play. And that is, we have another Life is Strange. Double exposure. The power in this Life is Strange, if you know Life is Strange, it revolves around, it's kind of like one of those movie-based games or cinematic games. You push the buttons, you make the decisions, and it plays out. And those are fun to play. Those are less frustrating than most. But it revolves around like someone always has a power or an issue or a way to solve a problem or issue or supernatural kind of thing. And this one revolves, I believe, around pictures. And I think what I had read on the Microsoft Store after because I didn't even know this one was out. I went to the store just to see kind of what was up for pre-order, and I saw this, and I didn't look at the trailer or nothing, so I read it, and I was like, oh, it was okay, it was released at the State of Play, and yeah, this one's gonna be cool, as they all are, because her power, I believe, is through taking pictures. That's why it's called double exposure. There's like a murder, you gotta bring her back, you gotta stop the killer. That's what I got from the description. I'm actually going to watch the trailer as soon as I can find it. I'm sure it's on YouTube. It was not on the Microsoft Store. Shame on you. I love the Life is Strange series. If you've never played it, you need to pick it up and play it. It is really a fascinating, fun, story-driven, cinematic universe, and it never has let me down, ever. I'm actually going to go back and play through all of them as I approach this release date of October 25th of this year for Life is Strange double feature, up for pre-order. It looks really good. There's 2 editions, I believe. It's a more of a lower kind of budget game, so there's only 2 editions. There's not 3 or 4, and they don't span through the hundreds of dollars. But I'm gonna get like I think it's like $80 or $90 because I want all the outfits. And hey, there's cats. Who doesn't want a cat? You saw my cat back there. I love cats. I hate cats. It's a love-hate frenemy. How dare you knock things over, but at the same time be so adorable kind of relationship. And speaking of relationships, this last game has a relationship that all of us Microsoft Xbox players know so well from the beginning of E-Day, from the beginning of when the locusts and the things came from underground, and we met Marcus, Phoenix, and Baird, and Dom, and it brought tears to my eyes. This trailer is so well done, and this is the one I want to show you, and I wish I could have done a reaction, but I was so worried about like the song that plays and the copyright. If you don't know what I'm talking about with the names like Dom and Marcus and Lieutenant Beard and the locusts and the underground and E-Day, then you are not in the right place, my friend, because I'm finishing this off with Gears of War. And I don't think we're even talking Gears of War 6. No, we're talking Gears E-Day. Gears E-Day. The trailer starts off with a young Marcus Phoenix getting his butt handed to him by a locust. And you're like, what? Marcus not winning the fight? Well, this is a young Marcus. This is E-Day. This is Emergence Day. This is happening. No spoilers, but he starts to fall into a hole, and the locust guy drops into the hole. Somebody catches him, and a familiar song starts to play. And let me tell you, this 38-year-old man had tears welling up in his eyes to see this person again, to see the camaraderie and the friendship. And if you are a Gears fan and you haven't seen this yet, then you already know who it is, and I ain't even got to spoil it. We didn't get a release date. And now I'm sitting here, I'm one of those people that will have to go back and play them. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess it would be this game, then Judgment, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But another prequel, another telling of like how it all began, I believe, from what the trailer shows. Unless this is a flashback, but with it being called E-Day, it cannot be a flashback. And Marcus was young, it was an old man Marcus. And I gotta tell you, I was not expecting to see who I saw. And tears welled up in my eyes. So, that is the 8 games that I am excited for out of the state of play. And that is Black Ops, not really that excited, but it's on Game Pass day 1, October 25th. So I'm going to play at least the story, maybe dabble a little in the multiplayer, see what it's all about. Doom, The Dark Ages, day 1 Game Pass, but we're waiting until 2025. Definitely going to play that one. Dragon Age Veilguard sometime this year. Gonna get my hands on that one because it's Dragon Age and it's back, and why not? Perfect Dark, still no release date, but we got some more footage of it. Can't wait for that one. Diablo 4 on October 8th gets its first expansion. Vessel of Hatred. Finally get an expansion. New class. Pets are back. Mercenaries. Whole big thing. Fable 2025. That's all we know. Fable is returning in 2025, but then it brings me to Life is Strange Double Exposure. Cannot wait till October 29th of this year to play another Life is Strange. And of course, Gears of War. It's a Microsoft stable. Gears of War E-Day. It's going to take us back. It's going to show us how it began. It's going to tell us the story of Marcus and a really good friend of his. And that wasn't all, obviously. That was my top 8. There was also expansions coming for Sea of Thieves, Fallout 76, World of Warcraft, Elder Scrolls Online. There's a new flight simulator headed this way. There's a lot of lesser-known games coming. There's a game from Amazon Games dropping. There's also a new 2 terabyte, which why wouldn't have they done this the first time around? 2 terabyte Xbox Series X, a digital Xbox Series X with no disk drive. There was just a lot announced. You can find it online. You can find the trailers on YouTube. And I've taken up already over 20 minutes of your time rambling and talking about video games. So I've been MrBoo, Entertainment Guru, and I'm going to go look more into these games. And I'm going to go look at what Ubisoft had to say today, because we had back-to-back state of play from Microsoft. And today Ubisoft had their thing. And between Micro and Ubi, things got soft. I had to. But they went hard. They went so hard at State of Play that I hope Ubisoft brings it with showing us more on X-Defiant, more on Assassin's Creed. But that was my top 8 from State of Play. I mentioned a couple other things there. Like I said, all of them are listed. I'm sure you can find everything online on YouTube and whatnot. And I've been MrBoo, Entertainment Guru. And most likely, if I'm not back shortly with talking about Ubisoft's announcements as well, then I will at least keep dropping those shorts full time, working hard. But I'm not going to forget about y'all. Thank you again, MrBoo, Entertainment Guru. I hope I was entertaining, and let's get gaming. I'm out. I'll see you later.